Evening guys, hope you're well. Here we've got a package. This is a YABO from Older in the Way, or better known as Gary. This is a kind of a more half trade. I don't know how you phrase it. This is a package that Gary sent me in a part exchange for a pipe, although I think pretty much what it sent me will equal the vast majority of the pipe. Yeah, so it's in exchange for a Jack Ram pipe that he's commissioned. He kind of mentioned about, well, do you want to do a bit of a trade as in to incorporate that? And there was a few blends which here in the UK it's hard to get your hands on. Kind of, it's not as simple to get shipped over here as you would like, and you run a risk from more boutique stores because of how they have to declare everything customs wise and tax wise of you getting hit. So there was a few tobaccos that I've been after, and Gary was kind enough to make that happen. So I've opened it because it arrived about 2 days ago. It's been so busy the last 2-3 days, haven't had a chance to get to sit down and record a video, but I've got time now. So this has opened because I couldn't resist, and you could smell the package about 40 feet away. Like, post dropped it off, picked it up, you could smell what was in it before. And like Gary said, if the customs person had been a fan of pipe tobacco, then they probably would have picked this up for themselves. So in it first, we have Watch City Cigar Old Black Magic. This is a blend that Gary recommended, and I have seen recommendations across the board for. This is one I've not tried. I can't remember what the components are to this exactly. But it smells fantastic. Got more. It's definitely heavily Cavendish based. I know that for a fact. It's more of a kind of aromatic-y blend, you would maybe say. But yeah, I'll need to familiarise myself with what's in the blend. But really nice broad cut tobacco. It smells fantastic. Got pipe clears. They're longs. I haven't had this brand again. I'm pretty sure this is an American brand. Don't sell these here in the UK. You can never have too many pipe clears. I've actually, to note, this is actually one of the best things in the package, because I pretty much have maybe 4 or 5 left. Because as many of you know, to stain pipes, I use a pipe clear, as many artisan pipe makers do. So you go through pipe clears pretty fast. So I might honestly have about 4 or 5 left, so that's very handy. Next blend is one I am familiar with, and this is Watch City Stardust. This is a crossover blend. Crossover in the sense that it's kind of an aromatic, like Kia blend. It smells fantastic though. That's actually there. I think it is. That's the last of my Stardust. It's going to be interesting to do a comparison on them, for the purpose that that's about, what, 8 or 9 months old. I mean, like, it's taken me quite a while to get through it. I've probably still got about an ounce left. Like, I don't dip into it that often, but it'd be interesting to kind of compare the age, because obviously typically aromatics don't age particularly well, and although this is a crossover, so it'd be interesting to see a fresh batch against a batch which has 8 or 9 months of age on it. And lastly, and what kind of was the main source of this package, you to say, kind of what kind of drew me into more of like the kind of trade aspect, was 8 ounces of Boswell's Northwoods. This is a blend I've been wanting to try for a very long time. Again, it's kind of similar to Stardust, I believe, in the sense that it's kind of a crossover, although not as much as a crossover, I'm led to believe. It's got Cavendish in it, but nowhere near as much as a blend like Stardust does. So I remember, yeah, kind of an English blend. I don't know, like I say, I think there is Cavendish in it, I don't know the percentage, but I'm led to believe it's higher than your average blends. But yeah, so nice big bag, 8 ounces. Play I've not tried. Some people would think, why would you then get 8 ounces? And the perfect and the easiest answer to that is it sounds like every other blend I enjoy in that kind of range. So there shouldn't really be a reason for me not to enjoy it. And secondly, if I was to not enjoy it, it's a tobacco that you could easily trade here in the UK for the purpose that it's hard to get and it's sought after, in the sense that it's not hard to get, in the sense that if you were based in the States, you could order it at any point in time, but it's hard to get here because I mentioned before about kind of taxes and possible custom charges on tobacco from both these kind of shops, kind of more boutique shops, which have to declare everything to more of a strict rule. But package came through fine. Ended up being, I think it left Chicago International, I think the 15th of November. Actually no, it was the 5th, I think, maybe even. And for 2 weeks it literally didn't show up anything. I thought it was just going to be turn up at the door one day, here it is. But then 2 weeks later it came up as Heathrow. I'm assuming it had been sat in Heathrow for 2 weeks, just put to the side, not picked up yet, but it got here in the end. So this is a blend, like I say, very excited to try, and there will definitely be a first impressions of this coming through. So yeah, a nice little YABO from Gary, and his pipe is to come soon. Thankfully we'll be work free tomorrow, kind of calmed down a lot by then, and I will get started on his pipe. We'll just go over the final aspects of it just now, but he's into his classic shapes, so we'll make sure we get him a nice classic pipe. Hope you guys are well, and I'll catch you on the next one.